Hello, viewers. A warm welcome to the final showdown. That is the finals of the 1997 Brilliant Science and Maths Quiz Program. And what a showdown we should expect because of the two schools which made it to the finals, Prempeh College and Opoku Ware. As you may know, rivals in the same city. Not only rivals, but they met in the second round of this competition, and Opoku Ware was the winner then. Well, both schools have made it to the finals before. Opoku Ware never won. Prempeh College prized themselves as the two-time winners in 3 years. So of course they want to extend it so that they declare themselves more or less champions. Opoku Ware says no such luck, especially since we've beaten you once. So both schools are really very determined, and that is why we expect a lively contested match. So viewers, relax. We are sure to bring you an exciting contest. But before we do so, a break and a message from our sponsors. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There's a new way to brighten up everything you wash. Brilliant, the blue soap with super blue brighteners. And a clean, fresh fragrance. With Brilliant, your wash is not just thoroughly clean, but also brilliantly bright. And Brilliant Super Blue Brighteners do a brilliant job in the kitchen too. Now you know how to brighten up everything you wash. Get Brilliant for a brilliantly clean wash.
Welcome back, viewers, to the finals of the 1997 Brilliant Science and Maths Quiz Program, at the end of which this beautiful trophy will go to one of the schools. Well, I'll introduce the contestants from the two schools now. Prempeh College is to my right and represented by
Alex Soboti, SS3.
Voici ici Entry, SS3. Lars Mensa, SS3.
Opoku Ware is to my left and represented by
Oseajimai, SS3. Amamu Joseph, SS3.
Richard Otin, SS3.
Now we are all set, and here are the rules for this competition. As usual, we'll have 5 rounds of competition, and the rules for each round will be announced at the beginning of the round. The two schools are competing by answering questions in biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics. The question is to the school, and any of the contestants from that school can answer the question. Usually they have any number of attempts at answering until I say otherwise, and as long as it's within the time period. So we start with round 1, and here are the rules. Most of the questions in round 1 do not involve calculations, and the contestants have 15 seconds within which to give an answer. A correct answer is worth 3 points. If it is not correct, I may pass the question on to the other school for a bonus point of 1 if they get it correct. The few questions that do not involve calculations, the contestants will have the few questions that involve calculations. For those questions, the contestants will have 30 seconds within which to give an answer. Again, a correct answer will be worth 3 points unless it's a bonus, in which case 1 point. These are the rules. Good luck to both schools. I'll start with Prempeh College on my right. Prempeh, what are the names of the 3 types of neurons that make up a typical reflex arc? And since we are in the finals, we are not giving too many chances. 1 attempt, Alex. Oh, sorry, is your hand up? Yes, Alex.
Motor neuron, relay neuron, and sensory neuron.
Yes. Opoku Ware, what is the function of the myelin sheath that covers the axon or the neuron? Richard.
For the transmission of impulses, and also it insulates the
Yeah,
axon.
that's better. Prempeh College. 2 ions, A+ and B+, have different radii. A+ is bigger than B+. Which ion is likely to have a higher enthalpy of hydration? Kwesi.
B plus.
B plus. What is the difference between hydration and hydrolysis? Joseph.
In hydration, an ion is surrounded by a watershed, but in hydrolysis, the ion reacts with water molecules to produce either acidic or...
Yeah, one is a reaction. Solve the equation. The square root of 3x plus 1 equals 7. Douglas.
16.
Yes, excellent. Opoku Ware. Solve the equation. The square root of 3x over 2 plus 1 equals 2. Ose Ajimai.
X equals 2.
X is 2. Prempeh College. Again, I want only one answer. Define the EMF of a generator or a battery. Douglas.
It is the potential difference across the terminals when it is not delivering current or in an open circuit.
I will accept that. Opoku Ware. Joseph.
It's a force that drives current in the generator.
No, it's a bonus, so it's only one chance. The energy, whether it's chemical or mechanical, converted into electrical energy when one unit charge passes through it. If you want, this is a machine, give us a definition of what the EMF is, okay? Opoku Ware. State Faraday's first law of electrolysis. Again, I'll take only one answer. Joseph.
The mass of a chemical species that is deposited is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity that is passed through an electrolyte.
Prempeh College. What will you observe if a dilute silver nitrate solution is added to a solution containing only iodide ions? Again, I'll take only one answer. Kwesi.
There'll be a pale yellow precipitate.
Yellow precipitate. If you add concentrated sulfuric acid to a solid in a test tube, you warm this gently and observe brown fumes as well as oily drops on the side of the test tube, which anion may be present in the solid. And again, I want only one answer. Also, Ajimai.
The nitrate ion.
Nitrate ion. Prempeh College. What cellular organelle is found in high concentrations in the mid-piece of a sperm cell? Alex.
The mitochondrion.
Mitochondria. What is the function of the numerous mitochondria found in the mid-piece of the sperm cell? Richard.
To provide the sperm energy to swim to meet the egg.
Prempeh. Find the coefficient of x squared in the expression x plus 2, that's one bracket, then another bracket, x squared minus 3x plus 1. Okay, this is the first time, so I repeat. I won't repeat any other question again. Okay, Prempeh College. Find the coefficient of x squared in the expression x plus 2 in one bracket, then in another bracket, x squared minus 3x plus 1. Douglas.
-1.
-1. Find the coefficient of x in the expression x squared plus 2x plus 4, that's one bracket, into another bracket, x plus 5. Osayajimai.
14.
14. Prempeh College. Again, I want just one answer, okay? The current through a metallic conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference between its ends if temperature and physical conditions are constant. This statement is known as Douglas.
Ohm's law.
Ohm's law. What property of silicon is exploited in the chip? Is it A, conductor, that is, which property? Conductor, B, insulator, or C, semiconductor? Now I want one answer. Osayajimai.
Semiconductor.
Semiconductor. Well, viewers, we come to the end of round 1. Viewers, with a difference of 3, I'll say we have a close race at the end of round 1. Here are the scores. Prempeh College has 21 points. Opoku Ware has 24 points. Round 2. In this round, most of the questions are applied in nature. We want to test the contestants' ability to apply the science that they have learned or how they fare in the laboratory. Again, most of the questions do not involve calculations, and the contestants will have 15 seconds within which to come up with an answer. A correct answer is worth 3 points. I may pass the question on to the other school if it is not correctly answered, in which case the other school gets 1 point if it gets it correct. The questions that involve calculations, the contestant will have 30 seconds within which to give me an answer. Good luck to both of you. This time I'll start with Opoku Ware. OWAS. Metals fracture when subjected to large cycles of varying stress. What is this called? Sayajimai.
The ductility.
Prempeh for a bonus. Douglas wants to try.
Malleability.
No, nice try. As I said, they fracture when subject to varying stresses. It's fatigue. They get fatigue. That's why they break up. Prempeh College. Which can stretch better, brass or steel? Kwesi?
Brass.
Brass. The questions are going to both schools. I'm going to alternate. Okay. Now, name a planet. I want the name of the planet. Name a planet of our solar system which has had an element named after it. Opoku Ware. Joseph.
Mercury.
Mercury. Another one, Prempeh. Kwesi.
Plutonium. Pluto.
Next time I won't give you, because plutonium is not, okay? Okay. Pluto. Opoku Ware, another one. Yes, Joseph.
Neptune.
Neptune. Another one, Prempeh. Alex.
Uranus.
Uranus. Opoku Ware. How can you distinguish butterflies from moths by an examination of their antennae? Joseph.
The antennae of a butterfly is clapped, whilst that of a moth is pin-shaped.
Prempeh College. How can you distinguish toads from frogs by an examination of their skin? Kwesi.
A frog has a smooth skin, whilst a toad has a watty or bumpy skin.
Okay. All right. So the most, the toad skin is drier and rough, and the frog is slimy because it has more glands. So it's not, quite. Next time, I'll be a little bit more strict. Opoku Ware, if 10 workers can build the hut in 6 days, how many workers will be required to build the hut in 15 days? Ose Ajiman.
25.
No. Yes.
4 of them.
Oh. Prempeh College. If 6 men can do a piece of work in 8 days, how many days will 4 men take to do the same piece of work? Douglas.
12 days.
12 days. Opoku Ware, what effect does vulcanization have on natural rubber? Joseph.
It hardens it by increasing the cross links in it.
Yeah, it hardens it. Prempeh College, which enzyme catalyzes the breakdown of starch into maltose? One attempt, Alex.
Diastase.
Yeah, or amylase. Opoku Ware, explain why steel is stiff and strong. The lot fell on Joseph.
Because of the presence of carbon.
I mean, why does the presence of carbon make it stiff and strong? No, we are still discussing, so let me just give you 1 out of 3. The carbon is, but we wanted to explain why. Because the carbon is in the lattice. Now the lattice cannot slide, the lattices can't slide over each other. And so they just stay there, and that's why they are hard. Prempeh College, a microscope with a short focus objective. I'm going to give you 3 things and pick which A, B, or C to follow this. A microscope with a short focus objective, A, gives high magnifying power. B, allows less light to be collected. And C, allows more light to be collected. And of course, I want only 1 attempt. Alex.
Allows more light to be collected.
Allows more. Opoku Ware, a computer can carry out 1 addition in 10 raised to the power minus 10 seconds. How long will it take the computer to perform 250,000 similar additions? Ose Ajiman.
25 times. 25 times 10 raised to the power negative 7.
25 times.
10 raised to the power negative 7.
No. Joseph.
2.5 times 10 to the power 7.
No. Ose Ajiman for the last time.
2.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 5.
Negative 5. Prempeh College, a computer can carry out 1 addition in 2 times 10 raised to the power minus 12 seconds. How many similar additions can the computer perform in 10 raised to the power minus 6 seconds? Percy?
5 times 10 raised to the power 6.
No.
Adi.
Alex?
2 times 10 raised to the power minus 18 addition.
No. Yes, last one to Douglas.
5 times 10 exponent 5 times 10 exponent 5 seconds. 5 times 10 exponent 5.
To 5, yes. Opoku Ware. In dicotyledons, the leaves are inclined horizontally, while in monocots, the leaves are carried more or less vertical. Explain how these 2 different arrangements of leaves affect the distribution of stomata. Richard.
Well, in sort of monocoque, it's horizontal, and light intensity will be more. That's light will incident on it more, so stomata will be increased. The concentration of stomata will be more as compared to the dicots.
Prempeh for a bono question.
In monocoques where the leaves are horizontal, due to the intense light on the surface, the stomata are located more under the leaf compared to the dicotyledon, which is diagonal, where they are.
No, as a bonus, I can't give because you turn the whole thing around. In the dicot, the distribution of the stomata is such that there's more on the undersurface, so that you won't lose so much when the sun shines. But with a monocoque, it's parallel, so the distribution of the stomata is not uneven. Prempeh College. One component of soil that is essential for agricultural purposes is humus. Give me 3 functions of humus. Yes, Kwesi.
Humus supplies the soil with nutrients. It also loosens compact soil and then retains water for plant growth.
Let me give you 2 out of 3. Actually, it really binds the soil. It just puts the soil particles together and makes them. But the other things that you said were correct. That's why I gave you 2 out of 3. Viewers, that brings us to the end of round 2. Well, viewers, at the end of the second round, we have a difference of 4, and Prempeh College is now leading. Here are the scores. Opoku Ware has 43 points, and Prempeh College has 47 points. We come now to round 3, which we call the problem of the day. One question that we want both schools to answer, we put it in the form of a problem, and we give them more time within which to solve that problem. We give them 3 minutes, and at the end of the 3 minutes period, they come to the board and show us their solution to the problem of the day. We give our own solution, make a comparison, and on that basis, we award marks. The problem of the day today is worth 5 points, and the contestants can turn their sheets over now. This is the problem of the day for this final contest. 80% of the mass of a 20,000 kilogram rocket is fuel. If the fuel is ejected as exhaust gases with an average velocity of 1 kilometer per second with respect to the ground, what will be the final velocity of the rocket? And the contestants are to ignore gravity and air resistance. Viewers, this is the problem of the day. Well, viewers, as we wait for the contestants to tell us the velocity of the rocket, we'll take a break and a message from our sponsors. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There's a new way to brighten up everything you wash. Brillant, the blue soap with super blue brighteners. And a clean, fresh fragrance. With Brillant, your wash is not just thoroughly clean, but also brilliantly bright. And Brillant's Super Blue Brighteners do a brilliant job in the kitchen too. Now you know how to brighten up everything you wash. Get Brillant for a brilliantly clean wash.
Welcome back, viewers, to the solution to the problem of the day. I'll ask one contestant from each school to go up to the board and show us how they solve the problem of the day. Now, viewers, here was a rocket that had been fired, and we wanted to calculate the final velocity of the rocket. And the major thing that we needed to remember was the law of conservation of momentum, so that the initial momentum will be the same as the final momentum. And to calculate the initial momentum, we wanted to add the mass and velocity of the rocket plus the mass and the final velocity of the rocket plus the mass and final velocity of the fuel will be equal to the mass and initial velocity of the rocket and the mass and initial velocity of the fuel. So when you can equate the two, and that's what we did. MRVR plus MFVF on one side is equal to MRUR plus MFUF on the other side. But the momentum before the rocket was fired is 0. So you equate MRUR plus MFUF equals 0. So if that is 0, then MRVR plus MFVF is also equal to 0. Now, when you've gotten that, then you substitute, you rearrange to get VR, which is what we want. We want the velocity of the final velocity of the rocket. So VR will be minus MFVF over MR. Okay, if you move the things around. Now, once you have you got that equation, you know MF, because MF is the mass of the fuel, which is 80% of 20,000 kilograms. Okay. And you know the mass of the rocket, because it's now, it should be, when you calculate the mass of the fuel, you get 16,000. So you subtract the 16,000 from the 20,000, and you get 4,000 kilograms as your mass for the rocket. Okay. So you put these values in the equation that we have already made for VR, and you should get minus 4 kilometers per second. Now the minus sign is only to show you that the rocket is going in the opposite direction as the exhaust gases. Okay, so this is how we would we solved the problem of the day. Now the solution from Prempeh College, where we've calculated the mass of the fuel to be 80% of the 20,000, but calculating the velocity there is, it's not. We don't really need that, and really the concept of initial momentum being equal to the final momentum, where momentum is the mass times the velocity, is, now it's stated there, but not with the two components, because that's how you have to use it to do this. And so the calculation, we don't arrive at the correct answer because that concept really is not there. So let me give Prempeh 2 out of 5. Now, solution from Opoku Ware is to my left. And really, what is missing again is the concept that is momentum from both the rocket and the gases initially being equal to the final one. That concept is missing, and that is why you didn't get a negative sign for the V, because if you had done it that way and substituted with the equation, you would have gotten a negative sign. But I mean, at least calculating the masses, and so on, and arriving at 4 kilometers per second is good enough, so I'll give them 4 out of 5. In round 4, we have more questions involving calculations, and we give the contestants 30 seconds within which to come up with an answer. If the answer is not correct, I may pass the question on to the other school for a bonus point of 1 if they get it correct. There's one question that does not involve calculations. The contestants will have 15 seconds within which to come up with an answer. Each correct answer, again, is worth 3 points, or 1 if it's a bonus. So good luck to both of you. We still have a very close race. I'll go back and start with Prempeh. Prempeh College. Prempeh College. In a certain sequence of numbers, each number except the first is 5 plus twice the previous number. If the third number is 55, find the first number. Douglas. 10. Opoku Ware. In a certain sequence of numbers, each number except the first is 4 plus half the previous number. If the third number is 9, find the first number. Osayajimai.
It's 12.
12. Prempeh College. A stone of volume 1.2 times 10 raised to the power minus 4 meter cubed is completely immersed in a liquid of density 1.2 times 10 raised to the power 3 kilograms per meter cubed. What mass of liquid will be displaced? I will take only one answer. Douglas.
0.144 kilograms.
Yes, 0. If you make a barometer that was filled with a liquid 1/3 as dense as mercury, how high would the level of the liquid be on a day of normal atmospheric pressure of 76 centimeters of mercury? Yeah, I'll take only one answer from Osadman.
228.
228. Prempeh College. Complete the following sentence. The sudden closure of the leaves of the mimosa plant in response to touch is due to changes in the turgor pressure of a group of cells at the base of the leaf called Pulvinus. Opoku Ware. During the secondary thickening of many trees, the cork layer becomes impregnated with a fatty and waxy layer called Joseph.
Suberin.
Suberin, yeah. Our last question for round 4. Prempeh College. Given that x plus 2 is a factor of 3x cubed plus x squared plus ax minus 10, find the value of a. Douglas.
43.5. 43.
No. Last chance, Kwesi.
3.2.
No. Opoku Ware. Osayajimai.
Negative 15.
Negative. Opoku Ware, given that x minus 2 is a factor of 4x cubed minus ax squared plus 2x plus 4, find the value of a. Osayajimai.
8 equals to 10.
10. Well, viewers, this is really a nice final contest because we are going seesaw and the lead changes, although it's a very close race. Right now, here are the scores at the end of round 4. Prempeh College has 58 points, Opoku Ware has 60 points. With such a close race, perhaps the riddles will help us resolve who the winner is. The riddles form first half of round 5, the final round of this contest, where I give out clues and the school should tell me what scientific entity it is that I'm talking about. Both schools are competing to be the first to come up with the correct solution to the riddle, because then they win points which the other school cannot win, so to speak. And so when they are ready to give us a solution to the riddle, they draw my attention by ringing a bell. The bell from Prempeh sounds like this, and the bell from Opoku Ware sounds like this. So the school draws my attention with their bell. I give them a chance to solve the riddle. If they get it with only one clue, we give them 5 points. With 2 clues, we give them 4 points. And with any other number of clues, we'll give them 3 points. We want to reward them for being able to solve the riddle with fewer clues. But in an attempt to give a solution to the riddle, if the school is unsuccessful, then they are out of contest for that particular riddle, and they wait till we get to another riddle. These are the rules for this part of round 5. I can feel the vibrations from both schools from where I am sitting. Here is our first riddle. I am noble. My nobility stems not so much from upper class physical qualities, but simply from my reluctance to socialize with other elements. I was first detected in the flame of the sun. Helium. Helium. I am a ground tissue in plants. That is, I am formed by an apical meristem. I am made up of small cells thickened at the corners and without air spaces between them. Joseph.
The collencama tissues.
Yeah. When we are doing this, we test the riddles on ourselves, and all of the consultants thought that this one was the most difficult. Joseph, well done. Our third riddle. In the human body, I am associated with sound, but I am neither mouthful nor earful. In music, I am a combination of notes. So far as a circle of friends is concerned, I connect points of view. But in my extreme form, I am diametrically opposed to every view. I divide a circle into 2 parts or segments. Osayajimai.
The diameter.
No. Prempeh. Alex, you're also going to say diameter. Alex.
The radius.
No. And now you are telling me. See, Joseph knew it. You wouldn't give him a chance. It's the chord. I am not a king, nor a lord. Yet, some modern day women carry me on their heads in the name of fashion. Some describe me as movement in the air, backwards and forwards, to up and down without moving from one place. One of my members is popularly associated with seeing, while another is popularly associated with hearing. For most people, I'm really mostly... Who ran the bell? Osayajimai.
Waves.
Waves. viewers, I must congratulate those who are getting these riddles correct, because we intentionally made the clues to the riddles to the finals very, very hidden. Okay, so I think the students are pretty good. All right, to the final part of round 5, where I make statements and the school is to tell me whether the statement that I have made is true or false. Each school has its own statement. They are not ringing bells. They have 10 seconds within which to answer whether the statement is true or false. And if their answer is correct, the school wins 2 points. If the answer is not correct, we deduct a point from the marks they have already earned. We don't want them to guess. The school has the option not to answer whether the statement is true or false, in which case I will pass the statement on to the other school for 2 points if they get it correct and -1 if they don't. So good luck to both of you. I'll start with Opoku Ware. Opoku Ware, the collision theory defines the activation energy. The lot is on Osajimai.
It's false.
It's true. Because you have to have a minimum energy before the reaction can go. Prempeh College. Rates of all reactions are increased by increasing temperatures. Douglas.
True.
Yes, that's true. Opoku Ware. Mendel's law of segregation states that any one of a pair of characters may combine with either one or another pair. Joseph.
It's false.
Yes, it's false. The statement is the law of independent assortment. Prempeh College. The organelles responsible for the packaging of secretory products of a cell are the Golgi bodies. Alex.
It's true.
Yes, that's true. Opoku Ware. Inertial mass is believed to be exactly equal to the gravitational mass. Again, the lot is on Osajimai.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Prempeh College. If in a tug of war, each side exerts a force of 100 newtons on the rope, the tension in the rope is 200 newtons. Douglas.
False.
Yes, it's false. Opoku Ware. The sequence 1, 3, 6, 10 is an arithmetic progression. Sajimai.
It's false.
Yes, it's false. Prempeh College. The sequence 10, 1, 10 raised to the power -1, and 10 raised to the power -2 is a geometric progression. Douglas.
True.
True. Opoku Ware. All worker bees are sexually underdeveloped females. Joseph.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Prempeh College. There are 3 types of white blood cells with granules in their cytoplasm. Kwesi?
True.
Yes, it's true. Opoku Ware. If in a particular reaction, the enthalpy content of the product is lower than the enthalpy content of the reactant, then the reaction is an exothermic one. Osajimai.
It's true.
Yes. Prempeh College. there are some acid-base reactions in which electrons are completely transferred. Kwesi?
True.
No. Opoku Ware. An object can never have a positive velocity and a negative acceleration at the same time. Say Ajimai.
It's true.
Prempeh College. For a straight line motion, average speed is equal to instantaneous speed. Douglas.
False.
Yes. Opoku Ware. Force is a vector quantity. Ose Ajimai.
It's true.
Yeah. The last statement to Prempeh College, a bearing is not a vector quantity. Alex.
It's false.
Alex, true. Well, viewers, with that answer, we come to the end of this exciting contest, and here are the scores. Prempeh College had 71 points, Opoku Ware won with 77 points.
Well, viewers, all good things must come to an end. So this brings the curtain down on the 1997 edition of the Brilliant Science and Maths Quiz. And I'd like to call on Mr. Kwesi Okun, who has always been with us. Mr. Okun is the Customer Services Controller, Liver Brothers, and he's once again agreed to come and grace this occasion. Mr. Okun.
The Deputy Minister of Education, the Honorable Kwabena Kyereh, headmasters and headmistresses of competing schools, tutors and students, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it has been a great delight to watch our students strive for the ultimate in our competition. In general, performance exhibited by the students in the grand finals and indeed the entire competition has been simply excellent. The exemplary display of academic excellence by these students is ample reflection of their discipline, diligence, and dedication to their studies. And it must be a joy to parents such as myself to watch our children perform so excellently and to know that the school fees and expenses we strive so hard to pay is not going to waste. To the tutors and students of the participating schools, your good work in the classroom has obviously paid off, and we congratulate you all on your outstanding performance. We in Lever Brothers believe that there is a need for a firm foundation on which our young scientists should build on. And the brilliant science and maths quiz is now some 4 years old, and it was introduced to help improve the standard and the popularity of science and mathematics in our senior secondary schools. The program continues to generate a lot of interest and excitement among students and in the general public. And it's our delight to sponsor this program, as it ties in with Unilever's continued effort for educational development, health improvement, and community welfare in this country. And on our part, we would like to petition the GES through the Honorable Deputy Minister to provide assistance in the area of logistics, that is transportation, meals, and lodging, by incorporating and providing for this program in the school's calendar. At this juncture, I'd like, on behalf of Lever Brothers, to congratulate Opoku Ware Secondary School, who actually beat Prempeh along the way and beat them again today, and have emerged as winners of the 1997 Brilliant Science and Maths Quiz. Congratulations. To Prempeh College, I like your spirit, and I know you'll be here again next year wishing to win. Do not relent in your efforts, and obviously you are not barred from the competition from what I've just said. Finally, to our Honorable Quiz Mistress, Professor Marian Ade, who has again performed creditably, and her able lieutenants, Lever Brothers is very grateful. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for granting me audience.
The Honorable Kwabena, who is the Deputy Minister of Education, is an old boy of Opoku Ware. Now I'd like to call Mr. Kwabena, Deputy Minister of Education, to give us a few words. Honorable.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to be here this morning to be with you for this function. And I wish to take this opportunity to commend the laudable efforts of Lever Brothers, the sponsors of this program. It is our fervent hope that they will not relent in their efforts, but continue to do everything possible to sustain the program for the benefit of our students. The importance of science and mathematics as basis for technological advancement cannot be overemphasized. The products of science and technology are all around us and are becoming even more complex in this computer age. It is for this reason that the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service support a program such as the Brilliant Science and Mathematics Quiz, which tries to sensitize the general public and stimulate students in particular to be interested in science and mathematics. There are already in the educational system programs meant to encourage the study of science and mathematics. There is the Science, Technology and Mathematics Education, the STME Clinic for Girls, which was instituted by the Ghana Education Service with the support of the Commonwealth Secretariat and UNESCO. Science resource centers are being established in all 110 districts in the country to boost the teaching and learning of science in schools. I therefore consider the Brilliant Science and Mathematics Quiz program as a modest but very well directed contribution to the educational reform program, a gesture of which the Ministry of Education is very appreciative. Finally, to all those who in diverse ways have contributed to the success of this contest, I say well done, and may God bless you all. Thank you very much.
We are giving a prize to the two losing semi-finalists as well. And I'd like to call Mrs. Pra to come and give a check for 1 million cedis to Presec. $30,000 each, courtesy of Liver Brothers. And for the teachers who prepared them all through, it's 100,000 cedis from Liver Brothers. Have a party tonight. And while Irene is here, she should also present to Infantsman School a check for 1 million cedis. For the 3 students, 10,000, 100,000. Bring the top one. We'll call Mr. Kwesi Okon to present the check for 2.5 million cedis to Prempeh College for being runners-up. The students for Prempeh would also earn 30,000 cedis each, plus these protocol parcels. And then the teachers, 200,000 cedis for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my greatest pleasure to call the Honorable Deputy Minister for Education, Mr. Kwabrachere, to come and do the honors for us and present the winner's prize. A cash prize of 3 million cedis to Opoku Ware. This beautiful trophy and this trophy for the first time to Opoku Ware Secondary School as winners. The dream team, as we would like to call them, each of the 3 contestants receives a cash award of 50,000 cedis. And the protocol prize is there. And for the teachers, a cash award of 250,000 cedis. That brings us finally to the end of today's program. We thank you all for the support you've given. For those who could not make it to this finals, we wish you better luck next time. We hope that you would all start preparing towards next year's program, because next year's program is going to be even tougher. Thank you all very, very much. May God bless you all. Thank you.